Okay, so for this assignment, we're going to work on setting up a table because when we did tables in class, people had some issues with formatting them, but it's a really good way to present and organize information, data. Now, this is a table, not a Google Sheet. So the big difference is a table I'm going to be in Docs for this. A table won't do math. A table won't let you do the same kind of like pattern recognition or formulas that the sheets like Google Excel or Google Sheets or Excel will let you do. But it is going to be a nicer way. It's a little bit easier to set up things like tables to present uh, words and things like that. So I'm just going to go through setting up something that you might think about setting up at some point, and I'm going to set up a plan for my week's food, and I'm going to break it down into breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and then I'm going to break it into the days of the week, because ultimately you at some point try to figure out what you need to get when you're grocery shopping, and if you have the week planned out, it helps. This isn't how everyone like does their week, but this is just a hypothetical kind of thing to cut down on trips to grocery stores and things. Also saves money if you're actually like planning ahead, so it's like less kind of making things up. All right, so here is I just opened an untitled a new Google Doc. I'm going to call this a week of food. You can call it something similar, but give it a name. 15 untitled documents isn't going to help. Now, what I don't like is the way it's oriented. I like looking at like a horizontal calendar. So I'm going to go to File, down to Page Setup, and I'm going to choose Landscape so that it's going to be wider than it is tall. And because there's 7 days in a week and there's 4 meals that I want to do, I'm actually going to go one more row and one more column because I want headings, I want titles to those so I know what they are. So I'm going to go Insert, then down to Table. So I said 7 and 4, so I'm going to go 8 and 5. So I got, do that? Okay. So this cell is just going to be left empty because there's not going to be anything there. And then across the top, I'll put my days of the week. And to switch between rows, I'm just hitting Tab on the keyboard, and that just moves me over one. Now for the rows, I'm going to name them breakfast, lunch, lunch. You can also use the down arrow on the keyboard, dinner, and then I just want to have a snacks category. So this is just kind of a general setup for like if I wanted to plan out everything I wanted to eat for the week. Now, what I want to eat for a week isn't necessarily what I need to go grocery shopping for, because if I put down something like cereal, I'm going to need cereal and I'm going to need milk. And I like to put bananas in my cereal, so that would be something else too. So just putting down cereal would actually be 3 things on a grocery list, but I need to plan what I'm eating to know what should go on that grocery list. So I'm going to go through and fill that out, and I'll just fast forward this part. So really quick, let's do. Okay, so at this point, I just want to show you a trick. So like, and you're setting up something that like you would want to actually eat every day of the week. So, and this is a purely hypothetical. I actually don't make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't actually have bread at my house, just bagels. So, anyways, I eat the same thing for breakfast every day of the week. So, what I can do in Word with the table is if there is something like cereal and eggs that I have for breakfast every day, I can click and drag to highlight it. And then on the keyboard, I'm going to hit Control C. Then I'll highlight the whole row or the area where I want to put it, and then type Control V. And then it just fills it all in. So in this hypothetical week, you can tell I'm lazy quite a few days because I have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And what I've done is like pizza, I'm not going to eat a whole pizza, So in this hypothetical, it's like 2 days. I've got pizza and pizza leftovers, so maybe like a frozen pizza or something. And I got pasta and pasta leftovers. Got to be efficient. If you're going to make pasta, you make enough for 2 sittings. Jack, can you? Thank you. So I put down like a day for takeout, and I put some other stuff, and then chili. If you use something like an instant pot or a crock pot, like you make a ton of it. So that's like a dinner and a lunch and a dinner again. And I put down popcorn a couple times because I figured, popcorn is cheap and I can make a ton of it. So this is just what I want you to do for this assignment is just set up a hypothetical week and then fill it in with if you had to plan your week as far as food goes. And what I'm really looking for, make it make sense, but I want to see the titles, so the topmost row and the leftmost column. I want to see those mixed like as I have them, and then you can fill out the rest however it makes sense for you. So do that, give it an actual name that makes sense and isn't just untitled, and then that's what you're going to be submitting for this assignment. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.